Victor Adawudu is here. Elvis Darko is also here, as well as Ibrahim J. Let me take a few more of your messages. You can also send in your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. This one says, the hypocrisy in this country is that we tend to ask for accountability when we ourselves are not ready for it. Both NDC and NPP should bring forth these criminals perpetrating violence to be prosecuted, else we should just keep quiet and move on. Elvis is very right. The NDC should stop referring to previous violence like what happened in Ayawaso, West Wagon, and condemn the acts of the thugs. We can't be given rebuttals. Paul Akapanga from Bolgatanga said that a lot needs to be changed in our constitution, and the constitution is our problem because the constitution protects the highs and turns blind eyes to the poor, and it's unfair. Mr. Darko, I am with you. Hello, team. I fully support what Elvis is saying. There is no way forward if justice is not served to lawbreakers. We cannot pretend things will just change out of the blue. Isaac from Ashaiman. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. In my humble opinion, the EC should be held responsible for the problems that we're all going through at Ablakwa North at the moment. They have demonstrated pure incompetence in handling the issue. And okay, in any case, how can scan copies from a particular... Okay, you are going back to the actual dispute itself regarding the pink sheets and all. That's Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm sending us that one in. Okay, so let's move on to some other matters and look at Ghana-US relations and, of course, visa acquisitions and the revisions that have been made by the US Embassy. Now, you are going to be given 3 months, single entry. And for some, it is a sovereign country and they choose what to do. For others, they believe that this revision in the visa or the visa that the US gives will more or less take away or destroy or alter the plans of people seeking to live and work in the USA. Victor, let me start with you. This news of visa revisions by the US of A. I believe it's a sovereign country. It's their country, their laws. What's your take on this?
I think when it comes to foreign policy and international relations, you will get to know that there is not always a permanent interest. There is always momentarily they decide what is in their interest. And I think that as a sovereign country that you have said, yes, they have their decision, what they want to do. US always want to behave like the father of all.
The village headmaster.
Yeah, I get it. This is what we want to dictate the pace, especially when they believe that they want something and you are not being amenable to them in that way. But I think that at the end of the day, it is all looking at the immigration. We know with the Trump administration, it is tough on immigration issues. And when you look at it, these are some of the things that they even issued a warning, trying to ban people to travel from Ghana and some countries.
Right.
I think that what they have done is that they are looking at the circumstances and the rest. And it is more about people coming in to stay, immigrants to come and work. And I think this is one of the measures they are thinking that will help them curb the issue of the immigration, the getting immigrants in there. Yes, as Archbishop Duncan Williams said in his prayer, that we want to see a Ghana one day that we will all stay here, work here.
Yeah.
That we will only travel outside the country for vacation, that we will have the kind of needed education. Most people travel here, especially the students, just because to get the education, the technology, and be able to come back home. You know, so some of these restrictions that are being put, it's a way going to help us. I think that whilst we are the receiving end, we should take it as an opportunity. Whilst these disadvantages are, we take it as an opportunity to be able to strengthen our people, make sure that this is a habitable, this place becomes a meaningful place we can live, that we can also make a living I'm sure that our leaders are looking at all this, because it also comes with all other attendant issues.
Yeah.
Because we have our kings and kings all in the US. And what even comes in for us at the end of the day, the FIDs and the rest that comes in, the remittance and the rest.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were even trying to tax the remittances that comes in.
It's a proposal.
It's a proposal on the table that they want to tax the remittances that our people send.
Yes.
After they've gone through this menial job, they have worked hard to bring something back home. So for me, I think that yes, the foreign mission, our foreign affairs and the rest should be able to contact the mission, the diplomacy. It should be a diplomacy that we should be able to have them and see that what will be in for us to, as a win-win situation, mutually benefit for all of us as a country, because we cannot say that we do not need them. We cannot say that we will not go there.
Clearly.
Yes.
Clearly.
And they also need us. They need some of our things. They need our cocoa. They need our gold, our things. That most of the times they want to also use our places as our air base and the rest. So these are things that we should be able to leverage on, and says that, look, there's still barter system, the trade-offs. I think that we should be able to push for the benefit of our people.
Right.
Because we have a lot of our people outside there. We have our siblings, others who are there. And we should see the difficulties that they may go through. I'm sure some of this came out of the issues that we had recently, the embassy, the scandal, and the rest. Whilst they feel that there has been some scandal, they now have to zoom on us and make sure that we want to see whether really this is the kind of scam that we had, or it is not of that huge magnitude. So I'm sure that it calls on our diplomats, the career diplomats and others, that they have to redouble their effort for the benefit of our people and for the benefit of their country.
Right.
But as you said, they decide what they want to do. But I'm sure that once we are able to forcefully put up our points, put up our case, I'm sure that this revision, we will see it as time goes on.
Very well. There's a story in the Daily Graphic. I just want to read a quote from the Chargé d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy here in Ghana. The story is titled, "New Visa Policy Not About Length of Stay. U.S. Embassy Clarifies." And there's a quote here, and this is from Rolf Olsen. He's the Chargé d'Affaires at the U.S. Embassy. Quote, "The 3-month period is how long you have to enter the United States. It's not about how long you have to stay in the United States." And that's a common misperception. Understandably, all these can be quite confusing. So, for example, today is July 9. If you were issued a visa today, it would expire on October 8 or 9, whatever 3 months is, he said. So, Ibrahim, your understanding of this?
Very much. Let's understand something. The basis for this change is reciprocity.
Yeah.
Do me, I do you. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But I learned the release from the Honorable Foreign Minister, which is Ablakwa, that in terms of the U.S., they received 40,000 applications between January and I think May or so. Over 70% of those ones given to U.S. citizens coming to Ghana were multiple entry for 5 years, over 70%. So this do me, I do you does not apply in terms of the reciprocity that the U.S. is saying.
Right.
Then later we heard another release from the U.S. State Department saying that it's not just about, we are matching what you give our citizens in terms of the visas, but also because Ghanaians are overstaying.
Right.
And this is the way, manner in which they can check, those who are coming into the country and against the validity that they're giving. And so people are being encouraged, when I say people, government has been encouraged to give some kind of, education on, as you've just done right now in that piece. Because the F1 visa is the student visa.
Yeah.
Now, the F1 visa normally lasts for the duration of your academic year.
Yeah.
So let's say you're on a 3-year course or 5-year course. That visa is valid for that period. what it's doing now is this: when you leave the country, holiday, visiting family, you have to now reapply. Hopefully you'll get it, but of course it's an additional cost to who? You, the student. Because normally it's multiple. You can travel 100 times until your course finishes. So anytime you come for holidays, Bologna, or what have you, you have to now reapply.
Yeah.
On the business and tourist, which is the B1 and the B2, you're right. I thank you for letting our viewers on Channel One know. You're given 3-month visas, 3 months to enter.
Yeah.
B1 and B2 visas give you up to 6 months to stay, even though before you can get 5 years. Now you get 3 months to enter, and then 6 months to stay within the country, as it is now. And it's so that American customs officers can really monitor. And a word of caution to those who overstay. Right now, everybody is digitally captured. They know your WhatsApp because they ask for it. Even Facebook posts are now being captured. So when you overstay and they see that you are WhatsApping within America, because it'll ping. It'll triangulate your position and say, this is your IP address and you're in America. So you think you've overstayed, you've gone on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it. They know that you are still in the country. Are you going to say, well, I gave the phone to my niece, I'm actually in Ghana? Those things won't work. So there are digitally innovative ways in which you can be monitored while you're in America. And I would encourage everybody who gets that opportunity, when you go, come back. You will often get your visa approved when they see that you've gone by the law and returned back. But people feel scared. Isha Brochi, I don't want to go back. But they'll find ways to get you. Now with ICE, immigration service in America, they'll find ways to get you. They're going to where immigrants normally go. Your car wash, restaurants, farms, building sites, where oftentimes there's cash in the hand. But those areas are now being monitored. So that's my caution there. In terms of why it happened, Victor was right. There can be some soft power at play, but it's happened to Nigeria as well. So we're not in a vacuum, whereby what happened with the embassy, and they're looking to maybe make sure that we are more stringent in how we issue passports, that valid citizens are indeed the holders of Ghanaian passports. That may be an area there. Whether or not, and I doubt it, Jim Risch, the senator from Idaho, he made that tweet saying that instead of us paying China, we should pay them. And personally, I enjoyed how Akujeto Ablakwa gave it back to him. Some will say it's not diplomatic. Where Akujeto Ablakwa erred, for me, he said that, look, you owe us for reparations. You just diluted the message. Reparations, I'm talking slavery, has nothing to do with this. Who are you going to pay the reparations to? Understand that Africans were selling Africans during the slave trade. Okay? That's not to somehow dismiss, the barbarity of that and whether nations. On my part, I don't want to go off topic, but what the response to Jim Risch, saying that we're a sovereign country. How dare you tell us who we should pay? Whether there's because Jim Risch sits on the Foreign Affairs Committee for the U.S. and he's the ranking member. So he shapes policy, and we know, Victor was mentioning, Trump is anti-immigrant. You have it in Jim Risch, somebody's anti-China, anti-immigrant. So why won't they say, why are you paying China? Pay us. And given the rebuttal that Akujeto Ablakwa gave, I doubt that's the trigger. But maybe in hindsight, some may want to see that. But because Nigeria is also in the same boat as us, and there's been no diplomatic spat, I don't want to go into that area.
Very well.
But on our land here, it's for Ghanaians. Victor, you said something just now, but Archbishop Duncan said.
Yes.
I want to encourage Ghanaians, Africans in general. We are the generation that can change the conversation and the narrative. This thing about I have to get to Abrochi at all cost. When I was at Sheffield Hallam University, when I was doing my degree course in the UK, I had friends from China. As soon as they finished, they were ready to go back to China But there were Africans who was like, Charlie, I'm here. How can I settle in? Until and unless, and we're getting there. I'm seeing encouraging signs that we are building our own futures here. And once we continue to do that, indeed, America, as Archbishop Duncan Williams said, will be somewhere you go for holiday and come back.
Very well. Elvis, you think all this is as a result of the overstays?
Oh, you see, diplomatic issues have a lot of undertones. And sometimes they fly issues that this is why we are doing this. But underneath are major demands they are asking your country to give and you don't want to give.
Yeah.
And they want to use this to tie your hands. And they make policies that will make the people angry with you, the government.
Yeah.
So they will bring in policies that affect the ordinary person, so that the ordinary person can put pressure on the government. But the government too can come out and tell, this is what they're asking from us.
True.
So then behind the doors, because the people are giving you pressure, you are likely to give in. So most of the time when issues like this are flying in the ones that become public, know that it's an attempt to put pressure on your government to do something that they don't want you, the public, to know. And if you read the WikiLeaks, you know how these governments, powerful countries, have used our governments without us knowing what they do behind the doors. Yes, it's an immigration policy. Truth is that a lot of Ghanaians are overstaying. I gave you the figures here.
Yeah.
That is estimated that between 30 to 50,000 Ghanaians are living in the U.S. illegally.
Yeah.
There are about 250,000 to 300,000 Ghanaians who live in the U.S. About almost 300,000 Ghanaians who are resident there, including the illegals. And there are about 7,000. As of last year, the number of Ghanaian students, according to the U.S., is about 9,000 who are on student visa schooling in the U.S. In January that Trump came to power, the number of people on ICE list who are Ghanaians to be deported is about 3,288. The issue is that they want to deport these people because it's a political promise. It's something that Americans, they are such that once they say you have done something, you should be deported, they want you to be deported out of the country. That is their position. However, there are international conventions on how to deport people. If you arrest an illegal and the person has no travel document, has no passport, or the passport has expired, you can't deport the person because international law prevents you from deporting the person. You can only deport the person if the person has legitimate travel documents or a passport that is valid. So most of the people they have arrested, unfortunately, either their passport have expired or they don't have one at all.
Stateless.
Okay? So the issue is that how do you deport them? Now, because America has a very good system, that's why they fight those who cross the border through the bush. Those ones, they don't have any records on them. But for us Ghanaians who go to America, you land at the airport, they take your fingerprints. You wait for the visa, they take your fingerprints. So they have every information about you. So they go to the assistant, they know, this guy traveled to America with a Ghanaian passport. So he's a Ghanaian. Because a passport is to be issued to only citizens of the country.
Yeah.
So then when they go to the assistant, they're able to determine that you are a Ghanaian because you came here with a Ghanaian passport. Then they want Ghana to issue documents to these people to be brought down. And Ghana will say, no, we don't believe these were Ghanaians. So we want to investigate and verify. And then it's back, forth. And as long as Ghana has not issued that document, they can't deport the people. So it has become a burden on America, not only Ghana, all over the country. But I read the Nigerian foreign minister over the weekend saying that Nigeria has too many problems and they are not ready to accept any deportees. So for them, America should forget it. They can do whatever they want. They also retaliate and they will leave it like that. Right. They have too many problems. They can't accept deportees.
But they should send the remittance.
So it's important.
That's the point. So you realize that this is the issue between Ghana and US. And those people, they were ICE list before Trump came to power. And all they are looking for is for the documentation to deport them. But as a country, we also say, okay, speaking to this person, interviewing this person, the person tonation and everything, even if you ask which part of where the person comes from, what language do you speak, what tribe do you come, the person has no idea. So the person is not a Ghanaian. But the bottom line is we aid because the person traveled on our passport. Our passport system is so weak that the person was able to get a Ghanaian passport and traveled on it. So the America is not our fault to say, I have to deport this person to Ghana because the person traveled to my America with Ghanaian passport. Because that's the only thing that shows that this is where the person came from. And as a result, back and forth, back and forth. So if people are hearing about this, first of all, it's because we are resisting the deportation of those people. So you see, Trump has planned to meet 5 African presidents. I think those countries are the ones who have accepted to allow Trump to deport people to their countries. So he wants to meet them to send a signal that, yeah, these ones are the best countries. I want to say that, you see, we have to strengthen our passport system to make sure that it's only Ghanaians who qualify to get a passport who get it. Because at this point, you can't afford America, because if they go to their system, they realize that their person came to a Ghanaian passport. Unfortunately, the passport, even the number they have, the passport has expired. And they can't deport the person. They will put pressure on you. And that pressure is what is going to make the people angry with you. Now they are reducing everybody's to 3 months. So that Ghanaians will get angry with the government. Because if every 3 months I have to go and pay, I have to go and pay. If you look at the last report the embassy itself released, in just 2024, they had over 61,000 applications from Ghanaians. Over 61,000. And then they granted 25,000. So over 30-something thousand of the application were all rejected. But all of them, you pay.
You pay visa fee.
If you calculate the amount for the 61,000, Ghanaians paid like, with an average of just say $160 per application. Ghanaians paid over $10 million to the U.S. Embassy last year just for visa application. So you realize that a lot of people want to go to America for various reasons. So if they are now telling you that every 3 months, even if you are successful with the visa, every 3 months, so long as you exit America, even if the visa has not expired, you can't come back with it. You have to go and apply for another one to be granted before you come back. See, the process of applying for a visa is a little cumbersome. So that stress that you want to go through will make you angry with government that if it is because of government action, that is why they are restricting it. The government should do the right thing so that that restriction is lifted. Unfortunately, as I said, with the little I've learned and read around, most of these things that they are doing are just like, somebody say, comedies. There could be a lot of engagement underground. In fact, sometimes when they want to come to your country to come and make sure that most of their companies get your natural resource with very, very good contracts that benefit their companies. These are some of the ways they will use. So at the end of the day, you have to give up something for them to lift that restriction. So beyond the fact that people are overstaying and then the deportation issue, there could be serious economic discussions underground. And in an era where you are behaving as a country that now you want to control your natural resource, they are mostly coming here for your natural resource. And if they want their companies, more of them to come in, to come and take control of your natural resource, then one of the ways to do this is to put you under such pressure. And then since you want the restrictions to be lifted, you are likely to give in to those underground demands. And then at the end of the day, we will the same people come and shout at the government, why did you give this contract under these generous terms? The pressure that the government had to go through to give those contracts under generous terms, it's crazy. As the senator is fighting Ablakwa, what is he fighting about? He says U.S. companies have come to execute contracts in Ghana. And the government of Ghana owes them plenty money.
About $251 million.
It is affecting the operations of American companies. So they want a government of Ghana to pay the American companies to get money. See, so when I talk about diplomacy, the tea drinking and the wine drinking is not the one we see. The government of America
the core issues are there.
Sitting there. Its interest is in Ghana. It's about how the American companies can come here and make a lot of money. And because they will repatriate the profit back to America. And it helps American economy to be strong. So a lot goes on. And most of the time we blame our government and foreign for not coming up to tell us. Because some of this, they can't say it. When they see it, when they say it, they will increase the punishment. In fact, if government should tell us, besides
the real reason.
The real reason. If the government should let this thing know in public, I can tell you that they may even say that they have banned Ghana from getting American visa for the next 5 years. Nobody will get it at all. So that public pressure on the government will increase them more. So some of these things, we as Ghanaians, we should not also put too much pressure on government. We should, in a way, also say, okay, government, do what is the interest of Ghanaians. Because if we put too much pressure on the government, the government is likely to say, oh, but my people are complaining. And we know normal elections issues, people may vote against me if they think that I'm the reason why they are not getting American visa and all that. So let me give in to the secret negotiations to please the Ghanaian. We are the people who come out and be complaining that our government sold us out. But you sold us out because you are putting pressure on the government.
But we put pressure on the government to go and agree.
To make you get American visa because that is for you. That is your desire. America, going to America is like your life dream. So if it's time for you to go and they say Ghana has been banned, you see demonstrations in this country. Then you see massive demonstrations in this country. Why Ghana government allow America to ban? Understand the diplomacy, especially from these big countries, they bully us a lot. They bully us a lot. So sometimes
thank you so much.
When our government are taking certain positions, even when they affect the general public, we should.
Yeah.
It's not only next year.
Thank you so much.